Hey, this is Corey from Wolfpack Woodcraft. In today's video, we're going to be talking about flashlights. Now, if I could only have one flashlight, which flashlight would it be? Now, I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm also going to tell you if I could only have two, and if I could only have three, what three would those be? And so if I could only have one flashlight, it would be the ThruNite TN12. This is the 2016, the original TN12. I do have the TN12 Pro. I'm going to do a video on why I'm not planning on buying flashlights anymore, so stay tuned for that. And if this is why I'm not buying flashlights anymore. But the original TN12, I really like it. This was one of my first, I think this was my first real flashlight, I guess I'll call it. I've had flashlights, a lot of them from gas stations or Walmart, right? This is the first like name brand flashlight that I bought that was like high quality. And the reason I like it so much is because like I EDC'd this for like a year and a half. It is big, but it's doable. I did it for a long time. It's bright, and so you push the back button and keep it on low. If you keep it on low, the battery lasts a really long time. It takes an 18650, so it can be bright when you need it to be bright. I keep it on low so that the battery lasts really long. You can EDC it. Right now, this is the flashlight that I keep in my garage, and when I'm working on stuff, this is the one that I grab if I need to see into something. This is just a really good all-around flashlight, and I like it a lot. If I could only have one, this would be the one that I would pick. I will leave links to all these flashlights in the description box down below. Now, if I could only have two flashlights, that's where things change a little bit. If I could only have two, it would be the T10, the ThruNite T10. I like ThruNite flashlights, old ThruNite flashlights. This is the version 2. I did carry the version 1 for a long time. The reason I like the version 2 better though is because it has the magnetic base. You can stick it to things. I usually don't use it to stick it to things. I usually use it to see if things are magnetic. And so if something says it's brass, I can see if it's brass or brass coated. I can see if things are aluminum or steel. And so just seeing if things are magnetic kind of has a good feature on it. But it's a nice small EDC. I carry this with me all the time. It's a great EDC flashlight. I don't know how people go without having a flashlight in their pocket. I use this thing all the time. It runs on a standard AA battery. I use rechargeable batteries, so I can recharge the battery and keep it going for even longer. And so I really like this flashlight. This is the one that I probably use the most. And then for the second flashlight, it'd be this TC10. Now this is a extremely bright light. This is like 8,000 lumens, yet it's still very small. So if you compare it to the T10, it's not much bigger. It's much more, the diameter is much bigger, but the size, it's very small, compact. You can throw it in a backpack, you can throw it in a pouch. There's a lot of, it fits almost anywhere, but it does have a very bright light, and I can see anything. If the dog runs off into the woods, I can light up those woods and I can find her. I just really like having a nice bright flashlight. This is usually the one that I grab. If I'm going outside to look for something in the yard or in the woods, or if I'm looking for something that's not in the house, this is the flashlight that I grab because you can use it for it just lights up the night, right? And I really like it for that reason. But on low and medium, you can use it inside the house. You can use it as a standard flashlight, and so I like the capabilities of the TC20. And if I could have three lights, these are the three that I would choose. The TN12, the T10 V2, and the TC20. The capabilities of these three lights are just awesome. The TC20, again, it's going to light up the night. It's super bright. But if the battery in the TC or in the TN12 dies, I can use this for everything I use this for. If the battery in this dies, I still have a bright flashlight and an EDC. If the battery in my ADC dies, I can still use this as an ADC, and I still have my bright light, right? And so with these three together, if one of them goes away, I still have full capabilities. I can still do everything I do with a flashlight, and it doesn't matter which one of these disappears, I still have every capability. Now, the reason I like these flashlights the most is because they're utilitarian. Okay, they light up things. They're very simple to use. They are flashlights, right? If you are looking for a tactical flashlight, none of these are tactical. If you're going to get a tactical flashlight, I would recommend the Brightnight Oathkeeper. I really like this as a tactical flashlight. The reason that I don't include it in these is because this is tactical first and a flashlight second. This is not easy to use. If you want it on low mode, you have to like triple tap this to get it unlocked, and then you have to turn it on. The main feature is it has this ring so that you don't lose it. No one can take it from you in a tactical situation. This button on the back is turbo. This one is strobe, so very easily you can pick between strobe and turbo mode. And so this is a tactical flashlight, right? If your main focus is tactical advantage and you want your flashlight to be as tactical as possible, Brightnight Oathkeeper. I don't like tactical flashlights. I come from the mindset of never bring a knife to a gunfight. If I'm in a tactical situation, the first thing I'm grabbing is probably never going to be a flashlight. Like, never ever. The only time that I use this one, I do like it because it's bright. And so if I know that I'm going to be using turbo mode and that I do need a bright light and I'm in an unfamiliar area or I'm in a place where I'm not quite sure of, I'll bring this one just because I do like the tactical features of it, but I don't use it a lot, right? I'm not a tactical flashlight kind of person. I like to be able to push the button in and stay on low. So all of these, if I push the button, they're all on the lowest setting, and that's how I like it. I like to preserve the battery for as long as possible. So these are the lights that I pick. I like utilitarian flashlights. Make sure to subscribe and tune in next week, because next week I'm going to talk about why I don't buy flashlights anymore. I recently bought the TN12 version 2, or the Pro, TN12 Pro is what it's called, because the TN12 was my favorite flashlight. And so I bought this one instantly. As soon as I found that there was a Pro, I bought it instantly. And now I have to do a video on why I'll probably never buy flashlights again. So stay tuned for that, and I can't wait to see you on my next video.